Friday, January 19th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Let's start off with a look at the Avalon Pier web camera early this morning. A lot of snow in the Outer Banks yesterday morning, and you see some of that leftover snow there on the pier. Still fairly churned up looking Atlantic Ocean. Still some fairly breezy conditions there in place. Check that observation there, 33 with wind out of the west. Now we'll take a peek here at our Greensboro tower camera. And it is clear and cold in the Piedmont zones this morning, down to 22 at the PTI airport. And we'll look down in Charlotte as well this morning. There's the Dowd YMCA camera. Temperature at the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, 24. So everybody well below freezing again across the foothills, the mountains, the Piedmont zones this morning. And certainly a refreezing on the area roadways that's been taking place. And so for that reason, we have a winter weather advisory in effect until around lunchtime for most of the region. And there'll be some melting again today and then some degree of refreezing again tonight. So some of us will probably be under a winter weather advisory again for early Saturday. All right, here's a good map put together by the North Carolina Climate Office showing you the distribution of snow with our recent winter storm. A couple of big bullseye zones, one right across parts of the Triad region over toward the Western Triangle region, and then the other one's over here in the Outer Banks. Look at that. Very impressive. But it was a pretty impressive footprint of snow, really, all the way from the mountains through much of the Charlotte viewing area, then through the Triangle, the Triad, and over to the Outer Banks. And you could very clearly see that footprint of snow on the visible satellite imagery yesterday. No clouds across North Carolina. Everything you see that looks white on the imagery, that is snow cover. And you saw just at the tail end of this, it begins to kind of erode away at the edges as that melting process began to take place, and there'll be even more melting today. If you're a snow fan like me, always a sad sight. All right, temperatures this morning, cold all around the region, and still cold over most of the eastern part of the country. But warmer air building here in the plains, and that's working into our region. Now, here's our next system all the way on the west coast, and that's still a couple of days away from even moving into the plain states. Here's Futurecast. Notice how quiet it is over most of the eastern United States over the next couple of days. No major storm systems really anytime soon. So, gradual warming trend continues. Sunshine all day long, and then a clear sky tonight. Under that sunny sky, there's your highs this afternoon. So the melting process continues, and then refreezing tonight with lows down into the 20s across the area. Warming trend continues into the weekend. Saturday, sunshine. High temperatures into the 50s across the Piedmont, even a little bit warmer on Sunday. Still a good degree of sunshine. Sunday high temperatures look like that. Now, our next storm system gets here in the late Monday, early Tuesday time period. This is the European model. And I think really at this point for the Piedmont zones, the most likely period for rain is Monday night still. Looks like that time period. And yes, it will be warm enough to be a liquid precipitation event. All right, so what's next? Longer range here. Let's take a look here. We'll look at the European ensemble. All right, and this is next Wednesday. So we get that system through Monday, and I think then for a lot of the next several days thereafter, next work week, we are close to, maybe slightly above average temperature-wise. And then the warmer pattern back again for the weekend next week. And then we go back again toward average maybe early the following week around the 29th or 30th of January. So it's not just consistent blowtorch warmth, but we have definitely lost that cold weather pattern that's been locked in for most of the month of January. So I think we're transitioning to a mainly above average temperature pattern with interludes of near to slightly below. That's kind of the deal, I think, for a lot of the rest of the month. And this is out at February 2nd. Warming up again. Now, I still kind of like the looks of where we're going to head eventually in February, but certainly a milder weather pattern. And you can see that on a lot of the different models here. And there's the GFS. This is for Charlotte. This is the GFS ensemble temperatures. And notice, again, above average, occasionally dipping down close to average. That black line's average. Here's the actual numbers from the European ensemble. And again, you get the idea. Nothing tremendously blowtorchy type of warm, but also certainly nothing overly cold either. So just kind of a slightly above to above average pattern with dips to near or below for the rest of the month of January, and then we'll see what happens. I still kind of like the looks of February's pattern overall. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everybody have a wonderful weekend, and God bless.